I would like to propose a new scale. The more names that a movie has, the more trouble that you know that you're in going into it. This movie has an unprecedented 3 names.
Yeah. And well, sometimes like when they import foreign movies, they give them different names.
Right.
And like through various releases, maybe a movie will get retitled 3 times, but this was clearly shot in Hollywood with all American everyone, so I have no idea what happened to this one.
If you're like an English speaking release, an Anglosphere release, and you have 3 titles, it should come with a warning label.
Yeah.
So one of the titles, and it has cover art, and it's what you get primarily when you try to pull this movie up. The woman on the cover isn't even Heather Graham. It's fucking weird.
It's not Heather Graham, right?
No,
it's
not.
Looking at it, and I'm like, there's no way that's Heather Graham, but I don't know enough.
I like kind of didn't even know she was in this when I picked it, because I picked it based on that incredible box art. And then when it started and she was in like every scene, it was like, oh, this is like a Heather Graham movie. Why aren't they cashing in on this?
Let's just get into it. Hello and welcome to Swim Fans. Folks, we have never been so back. All right, we went through all of Full Clip. Then we had Jennifer's birthday, and then we had Bloodbath, and then after that we had Craig's birthday. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's been a long time coming. We're back to erotic thrillers finally, and we have really dug deep. We've really scraped the side of a barrel with a jagged, rusty piece of metal to find this one for you.
Mm-hmm. I would not settle for anything less than it had to be free on Tubi, had to be an erotic thriller, and it couldn't be good. And that was my criteria for picking this, because I'm sick of watching good movies. I want to get into I just want to watch something fucking terrible.
We say this a lot on this show, but outside of like maybe Nurse 3D, nothing has ever been freer on Tubi than this.
Yeah, truly.
Hello and welcome to Swim Fans. Jen is Evil Never Sleeps. Craig is terrified, but I'm tough guy Josh McKenzie. That's my introduction. You guys can use it if you want.
Yeah, we can just use that. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm Roller Girl's backstory, but that's better.
Yeah, I was gonna make a joke about a rain lamp because she had one in her apartment.
Oh yeah.
What's a rain lamp?
You know, a rain
Jennifer
lamp.
has one.
I have one. It's like one of my favorite possessions is my grandmother's rain lamp.
I don't know what a rain lamp is.
It's it's like a it'll have like a statue inside of it, and then it'll have all these like sort of like fishing lines going around it, and then like mineral oil travels down the fishing lines to simulate rain.
Oh.
So there's like
do you
a
have
pump.
to keep plugging mineral oil into it?
I mean, I haven't since I got my grandmother's, but I mean, you gotta at some point I guess you probably have to top it off at some point.
Yeah, give her a swig.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's interesting. Maybe cut that.
Yeah.
Me figuring out what a rain lamp is. This week on the podcast, we are talking 1995 James Marandino film, Terrified / Evil Never Sleeps / Tough Guy.
Just do it.
This movie, yeah. So if you've not seen this film, this movie stars Heather Graham. Okay, she plays Olive. And Olive is a woman who, at the start of the film, has been cheating on her husband, and her husband finds out about it. So the husband comes and murders her lover, and then right in front of Olive, he kills himself. So right up at the start, Olive is insanely traumatized, before the events of the movie. So Olive lives in New York City. She lives alone. And she's sort of like going about her time. She has like a boss that is sexually harassing her, and she just sort of puts up with it. to go about her time. And she's sort of maintaining until a man who the movie calls the tough guy breaks into her apartment and tries to hurt her. So she and her friend Pearl call the police. The cops are super weird to her, but they like take her statement and whatever. They give her like basic suggestions for women who are being stalked, like make sure your windows are locked, close your windows. So while she's alone in her apartment, she does indeed leave the window open, which should be fine. She's on like the third floor at least. The tough guy breaks back in, and this time he like beats her up. She has like physical like bruises on her body, and she ends up in the hospital. So the cop comes to see her, the police detective, and I think this is when he asks her out, and she's like, I don't want to go out with you. Don't. And so she rejects him, and she goes back to her apartment. She tries to get her friend Pearl to move in with her, but Pearl doesn't want to. But Pearl is like, hey, here's an idea. I'll throw you a party. I'll invite all my friends. You can meet some new people. So Pearl throws a party at Olive's place just so Olive doesn't have to be alone. You know what I mean? But Olive is like sort of like dissociating. She's like not fucking with the party. It's like a very weird hang in fairness to Olive. Like it was this really unpleasant party. And at the end of it, Pearl sort of blows up at her. She's like, I went through all this for you just to sort of like get you some new friends, get people around you. And after this, Pearl and Olive end up hooking up. So the next day, Olive is like, this could be something, or we can just see where it goes and we can sort of figure out what our relationship is from here. Meanwhile, Olive, still worried about the tough guy. She sort of goes out on the town, and she believes that she's not only being stalked in her apartment by the tough guy, but also being followed around New York City. So she ducks into like this suit store, and she ends up taking the proprietor of the suit store home with her. She like sort of browbeats him into like lying to his girlfriend so he can like stay at her house and have sex with her, which he doesn't really want to do initially, but she sort of like convinces him. It's quite the hard sell, actually. So they have sex. After they have sex, we see Olive like in her bed, and the tough guy returns. But this time, she fights back. She grabs she beats him in the head with a mug. She leaves the room, goes to get a butcher knife. Stabs him a bunch, bafflingly stops stabbing him, leaves the room again to get a golf club, and finally beats his head in with the golf club. But then we see that she was having like some sort of psychotic episode, and it was in fact the proprietor of the suit shop that she has killed. So what she does is she's like, okay, the cop won't help me. Oh, there's a scene in here where she tries to get the cops to come back, but the detective's like, I hate sluts like you who just lead men on, even though she's been completely normal to this police officer, whatever. So the cop won't help her. So like she's sealed that bedroom off. She's like just left the corpse in there, and she's like, I'm not gonna come in here. I'm just going to sit in my living room with the golf club until the tough guy comes back, and then I'm going to defend myself. Pearl comes over, having not heard from Olive, but Olive basically like shouts her out of the apartment. So Pearl instead goes to the detective, where he's like, that bitch, there is no that woman, where he's like, there is no intruder, she's doing it to herself. And this is sort of cross-cutting to the tough guy breaking in one last time, savaging Olive in her apartment, but that's also being cross-cut with Olive doing the violence to herself. Like she's like beating her own head against like a sink, dragging herself across the apartment. It sort of all ends with the quote unquote tough guy / Olive herself wrapping like an electrical cord around her neck and jumping off the apartment building to kill herself, and the drunk police detective and Pearl showing up just a moment too late to save Olive's life. What did we think about this film?
This was a baffling experience. I think it was going for artsy. I think it missed that target, but I think it had the intention of being something surreal and like also trying to tell the story about how like women are abused by like and blamed for and are like the target for like the violence of men. Like, I think the text is all there. I think it flubs all of these things in its execution. Like, it doesn't. Okay, so for example, the movie is like bookended with like murder suicides, right? It doesn't. I can't believe that wouldn't be intentional by someone writing a movie, right? Like, it opens and closes with the same kind of action, but like there's no meaningful tie. There's no meaningful connection between them. Like the first one is underexplained, and then the second one it jumps through all these hoops to try to like make it make sense or make it work, but it doesn't work. But it can't just coincidentally end the same way, right? But it's not shot the same. It's not about the same thing. It's not like anything that makes up that original scene like isn't sort of like reprised in the ending or anything. It just simply begins and ends with the same action. But like, you know, obviously not really, but like it has to be. And so like that's like my response to this movie is like, it seems like you were really trying to do something, but like you just didn't have the ability to do it. Like the entire the text of the movie is about how men won't help women or will even be as malicious as to like attack them. But then it's revealed that she's like doing it all to herself, which like completely negates all these other points the movie was trying to make. It's a movie. It's not a movie about a woman at the whims of the dangerous men that are in her life. It sort of just in the last 3 minutes becomes about a woman's self-destruction. And so all of those points it was making just go away. There's no payoff to any of it. And then like the cinematography is weird because it's clearly deliberately thought out. Like the camera moves a lot. There's a lot of like really deliberate rack focusing, dolly shots, like probably steady cam shots. Like the camera moves with intention, but it also feels like everyone in the scene is like improvising everything because none of their lines, especially like Carrie Ann Moss, my queen. Oh my God. Who's in like 2 shots of this movie, just seems like she's just making shit up. But like, I don't know. Also, it's all a really ugly shade of orange. I don't know, man. I watched it with friend of the pod, Kyle Delita, who I think like took immense psychic damage from it. They kept standing up and like pacing around my apartment during the movie. A few times they walked over to my windows, which were covered by my blackout curtains, and they would just pull the curtain back and then just stare out of the window, and they wouldn't be saying anything. And then they'd come back and sit back down. Right? But we were you ruined her. You ruined them. I ruined her, definitely. But we were talking like, is this style or is this just ineptitude? It's got to be ineptitude, right? Right?
I think it's both. I don't think that the two are mutually exclusive. One can be inept at style.
That's fair.
This movie is its primary assault is that it's somehow beige and pink at the same time. They could afford exactly like 2.5 sets. They could only film Heather Graham either what I assume is just one day of shooting outside running from a white car, or in her apartment being a little hysterical. Or a lot hysterical. No, I mean there's an intense amount of like discontinuity, dream-likeness, but more of a nightmare. Like the pacing and the kind of tone of a nightmare. I think that this is awful. Nothing feels. That's the thing is like it's obviously filmed in a very deliberate way, costumed in a deliberate way, set dressed in a deliberate way, which is to say there isn't set dressing. No space in here feels lived in. Heather Graham Heather Graham has an apartment that like could house theoretically like 5 people, but she lives alone in it and does not have a television. It's like actually kind of frightening how cavernous the apartment is. Like that idea of like, oh, there's that initial trauma, and then we kind of understand that she's navigating a world that's inherently hostile to her, and that actually, her bosses, like the 2 dudes smoking cigarettes or cigars rather, are like, yeah, her husband, popped himself and popped her lover or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, like yeah, men can be like shitty and awful. And then you're right, like the movie's just like, well, I don't know, I guess she's just doing it to herself. So like,
Right.
like demonstrating like, holy shit, like this cop guy is insufferable. He's like not interested in solving the crime and is simply interested in having sex. And it's like, oh, that's this movie sucks, but I mean that's well observed, right? Like he becomes like a crybaby fucking loser and is like, I just want to have sex and you won't have sex with me, and he like immediately like he goes from A to inceldom, like really really fucking quick. And it's like, oh, okay, that's a thing. That's kind of like well observed or something. And then the movie's just like, no. This guy who bought burglar outfit at the Halloween store, that's just like, it's like a onesie.
Yes,
It's like
spirit Halloween thief.
Yeah, it's a black onesie with a black beanie to match. You might as well have like a little bit of black face paint or whatever. Like under his eyes to really sell the whole burglar thing. I mean, he's like the fucking wet bandit from Home Alone. And like, this cartoon character keeps popping out of nowhere, punching her. There's a lot of punching in this film. It's a strange amount of punching that doesn't connect visually. And the Foley effect is either like
cartoon punching sound.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's never properly timed. It's like at least a couple milliseconds too late or too soon. It's just like, but like again, like I think there is an like, it does gesture towards a kind of, I'm making it a kind of art film, especially like the beginning where she's like kind of like typing away and they're talking about her trauma. We've got like this big fisheye lens that really distorts, our view of the character. And it's like, oh, okay, I can follow that through line where it's like we have the distorted view of the character, and she, ultimately it's revealed, has a really distorted psyche. Like I can kind of like I can meet the film more than halfway, and I can say certain things about it. But no, I mean, fundamentally what this film is just like an assault on like senses, visual, auditory, like everything about this movie is just an assault, and it fails at being a film, and it's like, we've seen a lot of cruel films, right? Hanukkah, I think, wields cruelty in a really particular and savage way. We're not strangers to this, but at least with Hanukkah, it's motivated. With this, it's just like, it's pointless. It's like the most pointlessly sadistic way that a film, I think, has ever contrived a woman to die. It's really grotesque. It's like not earned within the text of the film. It's simply like brutality for brutality's sake. Because killing a woman in a grand Dario Argento-ass way is like all this movie can come to in terms of like, oh, I'm going to go out with a bang. And it's, she's, hung with a telephone cord, just inches from the ground. And her friend falls to her knees in front of her. This like just absolutely grotesque image that's a complete non sequitur, right? Like the movie's been cruel, but hasn't been that cruel.
Yeah.
And it's fucking crazy that it's just like, no, she like just strangles and falls off, like that's sadism on the part of the filmmaker. And like, I just like, yeah, it's hard to come to this movie and walk out with anything other than that was just fucking miserable. that was just misery. Yeah.
I'm not like convinced that this movie had a script. Like I was just like struck with the idea that like every day Heather Graham and Lisa Zane came to set and had no idea what was going to happen. Every day the SLC punk guy showed up and he's like, here's a vague idea I have for today's shooting. Just spitball it. That's why the lines in this movie are so weird. They're so nonsensical. They are repetitive as fuck. Like characters will just sit there and say the same things over and over again. You have lines like this, where after the cops come for the first time, one of the cops says to Pearl and Olive, quote, "You nice people have a better one." What? What the fuck? What the fuck, man? That is a line that an alien who's just watched TV would say to you. It's a weird like tense for that phrase. Nobody says have a better one. You nice people have a better one. I thought I was having a stroke. It's bizarre. So many of the lines are just they say the same thing over and over again. Like I'm thinking of it when the detective is in the hotel room and the movie just like grinds to a halt for some reason, where he's like talking around asking her out and he's just sort of like, do you remember he's like sitting on like the bed and I can't even remember what he says, but he's just like yapping and then he's like, yeah, no, yeah.
Does he say, do you like ribs?
Right. Yeah, it's. I think it's after the ribs part, and she's like, "Okay," and the movie just like lets it hang there, and I'm like, "What is happening, you guys?" I do think that they were trying for. I'm going to say trying for dreamlike.
Yeah.
Like you get this sense that there's something unreal about what's happening. Like Olive is such a space case. You have these really heavy-handed moments of this, like when Olive is attacked and like you see like her hand flop into frame and then like a lamp flops into frame. And I'm like, you didn't even try, man. Like this is like what a child thinks art film is. All in slow motion, of course. But then like you just have this like sort of feeling of, you know, like when you're dreaming and you're talking to people in the dreams and like you're like, you know, exchanging information, but it's not productive. Like it's like or it's not like moving anything forward. You're not like having a simple conversation. You get the sense that it's replicating that sort of thing where people are just like talking in circles at each other and it's just like burning runtime. So I mean, I think they probably wanted this sort of like Unreal sort of vibe. It doesn't work. It sucks ass. I hate to see it. The insistence on this yellow interior lighting is fascinating. It's the strongest visual in the movie, I think. I don't know if that's a compliment necessarily. But it is present. It's the only time the movie has anything even sort of resembling like a visual motif is that the inside of the apartment is constantly like goldenrod. Yeah. I mean, like Craig and Jennifer said, you have this sort of setup where it's talking about how, you know, even men who do, you know, murder suicides, do them, it's still, you know, somehow, this becomes the woman's problem, and yet it was the woman's problem, and so all of your perhaps prejudices are rewarded because she is in fact just making it all up, and all of these things about how difficult it would be to feel safe as a single woman, how the cops won't help you if they want to fuck you. All of this falls to the way. Oh yeah, if your boss is a fucking creep. If your boss stands behind you and says nice pussy on her, like it's just all of that falls by the wayside because it is indeed all in her head. Terrible movie, top to bottom, a failure.
Can we get into the opening scene? Because it's very it's told in a very strange way to me. So it opens up and it's like that Brazil shot where she's like typing on she's just typing, and then it like dollies left, revealing that she's in like a row of typists, and then it keeps going and it reveals like her bosses or whatever, and they're describing what happened to her, but it's told in this like disconnected way because it's these people that we don't really see that much of. Telling us about like the most important thing that happened to her before the start of the movie, but none of the rest of the movie is told like that. So it brings this really weird perspective to it, where I think what he's trying to do is like yeah, they're like people are gonna, before they know you, people are gonna talk about you, and like you're gonna have like a reputation or something. But it just kind of like doesn't really let the intro make an impact, you know, like it feels so rushed, especially with a movie that's so, it loves to linger on scenes for like way too long most of the time. And I don't know, there's just something just horribly wrong with it.
Yeah,
the
shot that we get, because like they're telling the story, and then don't we see into the hotel room? Like, or is that later?
No, you see like the dead lover like frame right, like he's already a corpse, and then like sort of in the background you see the husband like shoot himself in the head.
Yeah, it's like this moving shot where you see the dead lover, and then you see the husband in distress, and then he shoots himself, and then the camera like I think it pans to the left, and then we see Heather Graham, and it's really weird, because Heather Graham doesn't look like she's in shock. She doesn't look like she's in distress. She's just kind of there. It's a really weird. I can only imagine it was a kind of direction. Like, no, just kind of like be there. Just kind of like sit and like, she's not, you know, like there's all sorts of ways that I think that, you know, like characters and people can react to trauma. But what she's doing isn't like dissociation. She's just kind of like, she's just
no.
like,
it's man looks at soup or whatever.
Right? Exactly. It's just it's not committal to any kind of like emotional register, and it's weird. I think it colors the character as kind of like ambiguous. Like we don't know how this really affected her, and I mean, I guess we're able to, in some kind of like brute force way, we can say that it affected her by giving her like a brain demon of a man that wants to attack her. But that's kind of it, right? Like she's you know she has we see her to be aloof. We see her to be you know, kind of like mousy and a little like shy or something. But that's not. I don't know. There's no like it's a fanciful idea of like what like post traumatic like stress, like how it like manifests or something.
Well, it's also like, okay, her trauma is that now she just like fucks guys, which she does twice.
Yeah.
It's 2 times. And you're like, she's an insane nymphomaniac who, after watching her husband kill her lover and then himself, she has 2 anonymous hookups with men where she kills one of them. And then the third sex she has in the movie is with her friend Pearl. And that's just a Thursday night, as far as I'm concerned. So I don't. So like, it's implied that like because of this, she has this incredible trauma where now she can only have this disconnected sex with people, and it's like, no, she only does it a couple times. It's not like the movie Shame. The movie Shame is about when it's like all you can do is jerk off. Like that's what that movie's about. Mm-hmm. But this is just like she has sex a couple times, and then like there's a scene where Pearl has to grab Olive by the shoulders and be like, "You're sad because your husband killed your lover and then himself. It's okay." And it's like, I don't think she's that bothered. I think she's fine about it.
Yeah.
And even worse, you have that waste of a scene, and this movie's only 90 minutes long, so to call any of it a waste is really saying something, where like her husband's brother, who she accused of being the tough guy earlier, by the way. Glad that guy didn't get his shit kicked in by the cops. That guy comes in and he's like, do you know why he killed himself? And she's like, oh, I have no idea. Guess he was under pressure at work. And he's like, well, okay, then. You're so beautiful, by the way. And then he leaves.
So, I mean, there's like an inkling of an idea in that scene, right? There's like the tension between like her probably blaming herself for fucking the guy that, and then the husband found out and he suicided, right? But like, there's no payoff. It doesn't go anywhere. We never see that character again. Never meaningfully impacts her life in any way.
No, because
what are we doing?
Yeah, because I think importantly, and I think this is a fatal flaw from the very beginning, baked right into the loaf, that we didn't make a thriller. We made a character study, which is fine. But unfortunately, we didn't give her a character, and therefore there's nothing to study. So every scene is a waste of time because, like, this isn't like a plot-driven movie. Like, this isn't a ghoul doing machinations. I mean, I think that by the time we watch her like ice that nice boy who owns the suit store, we're like, oh, she's making it up.
Yeah,
there is no
right.
tough guy.
Yeah.
Because she's clearly capable of very potent psychosis.
Yeah, and it just occurred to me in a kind of retroactive way, because we don't have a lot of meaningful context for her like infidelity, murder, suicide shit in the beginning. It kind of implies that she's responsible for it. You know, like she's the only survivor of something. Hey, she instigated all this. Does that not like kind of paint a kind of culpability? You know, because like
she might be a ghoul technically.
Right, exactly.
Oh my God, she's her. Oh, this is the first auto ghoul in the history of movie.
And again, the fact that like she's not been given like meaningful direction as an actress to kind of like portray anything about what she'd experienced, it leaves that door open for it to be retroactively colored as like, yeah, she's an insane woman because women are insane. You know, like Ouroboros is like back in on itself. You know, like just steamrolls over these like little pathetic attempts to frame, you know, the poor woman, besieged by hideous men, but instead lands on, yeah, I mean, but she's like, you know, fucking crazy or whatever. You know, like,
yeah. That's so interesting, Craig. The movie does filmically make it her fault that her husband did a murder-suicide.
Right. Right. I mean, and
that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like, because we're not given like anything to color the experience or give context to it. Again, like she did infidelity, which, you know, and then we can establish a chain of causality that begins with her action, right? And then that's it. Like it surrenders any kind of control over the narrative, and like I think just like ends up being like sleazy and salacious. Because it doesn't even much like these like Netflix like true crime documentaries are like constructed. It's just like here's the vulgar thing. Enjoy.
Right. Well. I mean, I think we can draw another comparison to Shame here, because you do have that moment where Shame guy, what's his fucking name? Michael Fassbender. Where Michael Fassbender goes on like that Fassbender.
He fuck rampages.
Pretty
he gets
funny.
Sucked off by a dude. You know?
He gets sucked off by a dude.
He gets sucked off by a man.
Which is rock bottom, by the way.
Yeah. Like, God forbid someone actually do that.
Yeah.
But I'd be hitting rock bottom all the time, baby.
You have no idea how rock my bottom can go. But you have this extended scene in Shame where like you're watching him punish himself, and like meaningfully you understand, oh, that's like it's sad to watch him punish himself because like it's not his fault really. Like he is sort of wrestling with himself, and you sort of watch him sort of do self-abuse. In this film, where like obviously if your husband does a murder-suicide, that isn't your fault, but the movie gives you so little to go on with Olive that all Heather Graham does is stare blankly into the middle distance, which is an insane choice. That like the movie's sort of like, actually, this is your fault. This brain demon that you've conjured was the right thing to do. And we have to get there because there's no like refutation of that point. Like there's no, there isn't even an internal dialogue about whether or not she blames herself. There's the one scene with Pearl where it's like, it's not your fault. And Olive's like, yeah, I know that. And I'm like, then why do you have a brain demon? Like, why are we watching this movie? Why is any of it happening?
Yeah, like there's no point to any of it, and or like there's no like poetry in its like structure or like elaboration on anything. Stuff just kind of like happens, then it stops happening, and then something else happens, and then it does that for 85 minutes.
The fact that they have to again go to the cop, the one that we already sat through a scene where he's like comes over and is like, you're dead, slut. Well, that's real nice, ain't it?
Right.
I don't believe you, by the way. I hate bored, sexy women like you who just get off on leading everybody on, which, by the way, her idea of leading people on is just sort of staring at them like a creature. And then they have to repeat that scene because then Pearl goes to the police and he's like, oh, I don't help sluts with mental problems. And it... Why?
Like he might as well be shouting at like a porcelain doll.
It's just like, why is that scene so load-bearing we needed it twice? I don't understand. If you wanted to gag us, like if you wanted to do like the Sixth Sense thing, then maybe you save that for when Pearl is like, please help my friend, she's being attacked, because we, the audience, are seeing her be attacked by the tough guy. And then he's like, she's not being attacked. And we're like, yes, cop, she is being attacked. I'm seeing it happen. And he's like, no, didn't you notice that the handwriting on the slut brick? That was a woman's handwriting.
Yeah, that was girl writing.
Yeah. That's my job at the police station, incidentally.
And then you intercut that with her like dragging herself around the apartment. At least at that point, it's a reveal. If nothing else, it's a reveal. And there's a reason for the scene to exist. It's not good. Like, that didn't save the movie, but at least it's a reveal.
Yeah.
Speaking of the slut brick, I wanted so badly for like if it had like a typo in it, like it's the wrong your,
yeah,
like
you're
dead
so
slut. That would have changed my entire review of the movie, actually.
It would have been something, right?
I would have never stopped thinking about it. Like, there is just so much time. I talked about this already. There's so much time wasted. The whole party scene is a disaster. Why is it in the movie? Why is any of it in the movie? There's like 3 or 4 minutes of like one of Pearl's boyfriends beefing with another one of Pearl's boyfriends for no fucking reason. They get in like a fist fight, and then Pearl's boyfriend, who stays, drunkenly goes to fuck, I think, in Olive's bed with some other woman.
Mm. Yeah.
Not even Pearl, or not Pearl or Olive. For some reason, even though she's the sex doer, it's not her, it's some other woman, and Olive just sort of watches impassively because she's just in the room, doesn't even get caught. So there isn't even a scene where they're like, hey perv, why are you watching us have sex?
Yeah.
She just walks back out, rejoins the party, where she like goes
Unseen.
up to a random unseen, goes to a woman who's like, hey, by the way, I'm Sarah. And she's like, hey, by the way, did you say you were pregnant? And she's like, nope, that wasn't me. And that just hangs in the air again for 5 or 6 seconds. And then it's like, never mind. And then that interaction ends. And why? Why is it happening?
And then it cuts to Carrie Ann Moss being like, no, I keep getting these weird phone calls where no one answers. And then Carrie Ann Moss leaves the party.
Thank you, Carrie Ann. I'm very glad you showed up to set today.
Yep. I hope you got paid something.
Bigger and brighter things are ahead for you.
Just hold on for a few more years.
Just hang in there. Convincing her to stay like the end of La La Land.
Yeah. The party scene was really like the breaking point for me. I'm like, none of this means anything. None of this matters. None of these characters matter. Like, there's almost like character moments where like, okay, because Pearl's whole deal is that she's like a cosmopolitan woman about town, right? Like, she seems to have like 3 boyfriends that she's juggling. Importantly, one of them is an artist and the other is not an artist, right? So she's beloved by many subcultures in New York City. And she's also independent. We know this because Olive's like, let's move in together. And Pearl's like, no, are you kidding? I would die if I had to have a roommate. So we know that she fucks. Okay, she's pretty, and she's her own woman. So that is, you might think, hey, that's a character conflict because Olive, as we know her, is fragile and needy, right? Because she is in need. She's quite literally in need because a shadow man is attacking her. So you would think, oh, maybe this will be something, because eventually Pearl's generosity or her willingness to lend her time and energy to Olive could become a point of tension, which would then perhaps reach a breaking point, and maybe that would move plot forward. None of that happens. Pearl is undyingly loyal and in fact wants to date her and is even willing to fall to her knees in front of Olive's corpse. No reason for Pearl in this movie. Even the supporting characters who were on screen a lot, no reason for them to be here.
Yeah, man. It's like hard to make a point when the movie refuses to do it.
Yeah.
It feels like it's gesturing to something without saying anything. But then it also changes its mind about what it's gesturing to. And it goes, no, I was gesturing to the point behind the point that I was making.
Right. I was actually gesturing to the exact opposite point. This was not a waste of your time. Yeah, because like, why? Why is there so much time put into the indignities that Olive is suffering if the movie's just going to not engage with that at all? Did you have to put it in just because that's what movies like this have? Because those movies are about women who, like, the horror is talking or associating with men, or you would perhaps have that because this is where a ghoul comes from, because she's been mistreated by men. But none of that is here.
No, it's just, again, it's like that poverty of imagination thing where it's like, oh, well, how do we create a female character? And it's like that fucking video of the super strong tape that like seals leaks. You know, like that just like fucking slaps it on. Yeah. And it's like trauma.
Yeah.
Pearl or Olive has trauma. It's just like, okay. All right, you know, like it's like to use a Jennifer analogy that I'm quite fond of. You know, it's like handing a kid a loaded gun. It's not.
Yeah.
You know, it's careless. It's just like a careless and a thoughtless thing.
Well, and I mean, in all of the documentation I can find about this movie, which by the way is extremely scant. Okay. Heather Graham's character is supposed to be like a nymphomaniac. She's supposed to be like a sex monster. Why then, if that's the case, would you not have her actually come on to the cop? If she's supposed to be a sex demon, why not actually lead the police officer on where she like fucks him and he's like, oh, I definitely want to help you. And then she's like hot and cold or whatever. And then he's, you know, that way finds out she's lying. Why?
That'd be something.
Why would you then have her be completely businesslike and normal to the police officer where he completely does like a brain game to like get her to be like, you've actually been leading me on this whole time. But if she's a nymphomaniac, why didn't you have her just do that? At least that's a character action. I'm crazy. I'm crazy.
Because she kind of does that to the guy at the beginning, right? Like he eats her out. There's a lot of her getting eaten out in this movie.
More than you'd think.
Yeah. And then he's like, actually, what if this is love, Goyle, or something? I don't know. He talks weird. And she's just kind of like, no, please get out of my car.
Right.
And then he gets then after a while, he gets out of the car. After too long, he gets out of the car, and then nothing happens. And then she leaves, and it's never mentioned again.
Because at least you could characterize that.
Yeah.
Perhaps ungenerously as leading somebody on. Like at least there you have an action. This is just she's T-posing in a room and he's
For
like,
real?
You've been leading me on this whole time, and I'm like, what, man?
No, absolutely. T-posing is a great way of summarizing her performance in this movie.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's crazy because I've seen Heather Graham in like so many good roles.
Yeah.
I mean, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, has to be like a year after this, 2 years after this, maybe, where her whole thing is being like effervescent.
I want to say that was
because,
like 4 or 5 years after this.
Oh, that long?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but like, okay, so Carrie Ann Moss went on to do The Matrix, and Heather Graham had to go be with Mike Myers. But like, I mean, like at least in that movie, like, she's fun and effervescent, which is sort of what you expect from Heather Graham. Like that's what she's doing when she's Roller Girl. That's sort of what you expect with a Heather Graham performance. In this, they're like, could you be dour and absolutely no fun at all? It's incredibly important that you do this.
Really lean into her strengths.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys have any final thoughts? I've been shouting for like 20 minutes.
No, I mean, you're right to do it. There's just nothing here, really.
Yeah.
No.
And like the things that you think might be there just kind of aren't there. There's no payoff to anything. Some stuff happens, I guess. Kind of. Some stuff kind of happens in this movie.
Some very unnecessarily cruel stuff happens in this movie that is not earned by the plot or the writing. It's just like, here's some misery. See you, champ.
You earned it. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have any final thoughts?
All of the titles are bad.
Oh my God.
3 titles.
Three
and all
titles
of them
and
are
they
bad.
all suck. Tough Guy? Are you kidding?
Yeah, in what universe was that like a thing? Like that's not like there's nothing about this film that's Tough Guy. Like that's a
No.
That's a like a again a localization thing where they a Russian movie action movie became a phenomenon in the States or something, and the only way to translate Cyrillic into English was like just calling it like fucking Tough Guy, like that's
yeah like where something is a literal translation but it loses the contextual meaning, and
exactly
therefore becomes nonsense.
Yep.
Yeah, the fact that Terrified is the best title of the 3 is not good.
No, because Evil Never Sleeps. That's what this was called on Tubi. Evil Never Sleeps.
Yeah.
It's not about someone with like insomnia, or they're
right.
It's not even like particularly malicious at nighttime. Most of it seems to take place during the day.
It's not even about evil. It's about
not
her
about
own
evil.
brain. That should be the name of a Freddy Krueger movie, not about this.
Yeah. What the fuck? Why would you name it? Why?
3 titles and they're all bad. Incredible
That's like when the company would just rename Hisayasu Sato movies to like deranged shit just because they knew it would like you can call something like Pervert Ward S&M Clinic and like you can sell it to a porno theater, but like whatever he was gonna call it, like fugue for sub and dom or whatever like wouldn't sell as well. Like if you're trying to like sell it as like as like a Basic Instinct knockoff or something, like maybe then, but like no because the title still sucks.
Yeah, I gave this is the worst movie we've seen in a long time. I think I gave this half a star. This it doesn't even function. Like okay, Boy Next Door is a bad movie, right? That's the one where Jennifer Lopez is fucking that 37-year-old high schooler.
Yeah, first edition of the Odyssey.
Yeah. Like, so that's not a good movie, but like at least it functions on some level. This doesn't work on like a basic like images moving to sound on screen. It doesn't work.
I mean, there's so much color. There's a goon cave. Someone like gets their head smashed in and out of locker. An engine block falls on.
Oh my god! Yeah,
like it's there's color, there's life, there's excitement. There's joy, and this movie's like the best I can do is a beige apartment and everyone dies.
Best I can offer you, yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. I guess half a star. We did it. We found a terrible movie.
Yeah, and frankly, half a star, and you're lucky I couldn't go lower.
Yeah.
SLC Punk guy. Wow, I don't know the last time we've had a triple half star. It can't be Nurse 3D.
No, I'm sure there had to be one in there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. It might be Nurse 3D. This might be the worst movie we've watched since Nurse 3D.
Wow, that's really bad. That's real bad. Wow.
I don't know. This is still probably better than Nurse 3D though.
I don't know. Nurse 3D had a couple looks.
Yeah, her nurse outfit was really cute.
Yeah. That movie had Paz de la Huerta in it at least.
Yeah, she had that big syringe over that Skype call or whatever.
Okay, episode 400, we have to watch Nurse 3D again.
Oh, God.
I thought we were going to watch Cruising again.
Episode 5. If this show is still going by 500, we have to watch Nurse 3D again.
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. We love it.
Okay. Yeah.
We completely 180.
We can see the movie behind the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's a triple half star.
Yeah. This was brutal. This was really brutal.
We said we watched The Exorcist. We watched The Wicker Man. Let's find something just as good.
Terrified.
I'm terrified. Thank you so much for listening. I for one, I'm glad to be back.
Me too. Don't worry. The diversions are over. We can refocus on what's actually important. We got all those movies that people like care about. Got those out of the way, and we're ready to go back into where we belong, amongst the trash.
Yeah, you don't have to hear about William Friedkin or whatever. Like, we're done. We're done with dog shit. We're back to art. We're back to art and talking about art. You can find the show wherever you get your podcasts. So that is Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Wherever you're listening, please rate, please review, please subscribe, please tell a friend. Thank you for doing so. You can also find the show. Let me go ahead and talk to you about Patreon instead. That's patreon.com/SWIMFANS. All right, for as low as $1 a month, you can get access to the entire back catalog of Patreon SwimFans episodes. Thank you to all of our patrons who are already subscribed. If you want to join the elites, this is how you can become upwardly mobile again, millennials, is by becoming a SwimFans Patreon member. That's patreon.com/SwimFans. If you want to get in touch with the show, whether that's like recommending a movie to us or asking a question or just generally getting in touch, you can email us, swimfanspodcast@gmail.com. You can ask a question on any individual Spotify episode. You can send us an Instagram message. Pretty much any social media methodology that you want to choose will get in touch with us. So yeah, get in touch with us if you like. And you can find the show on all the social medias. That is Instagram, Blue Sky, Letterboxd. That's user SwimFansPod. Give us a follow over there. I am on all those same spots. User Amons, AMONNS. That's Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Letterboxd. I saw Begonia and Christine the same day. I'll talk about Christine because I know Jennifer hasn't seen Begonia yet. Christine went hard. I really liked Christine.
The John Carpenter evil car movie?
Yeah.
Or the news lady shoots herself movie. I think they're both called Christine.
I did see the Rebecca Hall news lady shoots herself movie, Christine. I saw that like years ago. So I saw it before the John Carpenter car movie, which has much more acclaim. I thought that Carpenter Christine was really good. I say this a lot. I understand you're sick of hearing it. That movie was gay as fuck, though.
Yeah.
The queer reads to Christine are like peanut butter and jelly, I would say. I don't associate. I don't think that Carpenter is one of our premier gay filmmakers, but he tapped into his fruity side to this one a little bit. Although, you know what? I feel like this happens to Stephen King a lot. Even like with different directors, I think Stephen King's like his particular vision of masculinity I find a little fruity. But Christine was great. It was incredible to watch the car like put itself back together. That was so amazing. Yeah, good movie. Jen.
You can follow me on Blue Sky, diatron5.swimfanspod.com. I'm on Letterboxd, Diatron. I rewatched Twilight. That was fun.
What did you think?
About the same. Had basically all of the exact same takeaways as I did last time. I think I was a bit more like... I mean, I think we come down pretty like neutral on it in the episode.
Yeah,
but like,
I think so too.
I think it was like maybe like one notch towards acceptance more than it was rejection than previous. Maybe I'll finally watch Twilight 2. I think I'm gonna watch Twilight 2.
Too light.
Get ready for some. If you liked vampire fucking, get ready for some werewolf fucking.
Yeah, I got to see what's going on with Team Jacob. I got to go in. I got to investigate with my own eyes.
The winning team. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, Craig.
You can find me at Craig Neeson on Instagram and Letterboxd, CraigNeeson.com. Saw Begonia yesterday. I guess I don't want to talk too much about it since it's a fucking new release. Feels like Yorgos is just like shooting them off. I don't know. I think it's his least ambitious movie to date.
That's interesting. I was just gonna say I feel the opposite. That's all.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I liked Begonia quite a bit.
I think the typeface, the Begonia typeface is fucking great. Love the title. It's good. It's a Yorgos movie. It's good. I don't believe he can't do wrong. But it was just less than what I've come to expect from the big guy, literally. So yeah, I don't know. Go see Begonia. Maybe you'll like it more than I did. I think
I'll be the tiebreaker.
Emma Stone be killing it. She stay killing it, and that's that. If you want to see that, and I think it's worthy enough, if only for that reason, because she's a fucking force on the fucking screen. So yeah, Begonia.
I do think it helps that like I've really cooled on Poor Things as time has gone on.
Me too. Yeah.
I think Poor Things is like his okayest movie. Well, no, that's not true. The Lobster is worse.
Yeah. You ever see Alps?
No, I haven't. I actually haven't. I haven't seen Alps.
Yeah,
but
that's
I
probably
like,
his worst movie in my opinion.
Well, but like nobody talk. I feel like people don't talk about Kinds of Kindness, and Kinds of Kindness went fucking hard. It was just like 3 vignettes about weird guys, and I'm like, Yorgos is so back. It's just like people who are being weird to each other in a room. I'm like, that's where you really shine.
Yeah.
They'll all be chasing Dogtooth forever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll make a movie better than that.
I've said this before, but like it's weird that I don't know. I feel like if filmmakers change over time, I feel like they get more cynical, and somehow Yorgos is getting less cynical over time, and I'm not sure what's happening.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like his early movies were like obsidian bleak, and then The Lobster's like, what if you felt like kind of nice? And then each subsequent movie has gotten like, what if you felt kind of nicer? And it's just like, Yorgos, what's happening? His Wellbutrin is going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that CBT is really working for him.
Yeah. Yeah, because like, okay, Killing of a Sacred Deer was pretty dark, but then like The Favorite was sort of fun with it again, in like kind of a grim way, but like fun with it.
Yeah.
And then Poor Things was fun. Kind of Kindness was mostly fun. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with him. He's crazy. They're going to see Alps.
No, you don't. That's exactly what you will think after finishing Alps. You'll say to yourself, "Yeah, I didn't need to see that."
Many such cases.
Yeah. It's okay. It looks nice.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right.